My name is Ellen Adams. I'm a writer and a musician. I'm based in Seattle right now. I don't know where I'll be based in the future. And I've been here working on a novel and starting to do some edits on a nonfiction project and writing new songs and talking a lot about feminism. I should say that my studies initially were in comparative literature. So I studied French and Spanish literature. Through that process, got exposed to a lot of texts about post-colonial theory, about a lot about queer theory, and looking at those questions through literature, how we represent culture. I later went on to do a master's in fine arts and fiction. So my technical training, I guess you could say, is as a writer of fiction. I spent a number of years in northern Thailand. I taught literature there, English, media. Also spent a lot of time as a researcher looking at politically engaged contemporary art in Thailand. So although my practice is more in words and in music, contemporary art, and particularly conceptual art, is a big source of inspiration and elasticity for me. But I think one thing for me as a woman and also as a queer person that has been really messy and important to untangle is religion. Grown up in a very Christian-centric society where but many vocal people don't think that women should have spiritual authority, or that they don't have a perspective that's worthwhile to give to a microphone in front of a congregation or a group of people. And that's just the beginning. Then you look at sexuality. The messages that I grew up with in a religious context about sexuality were super negative as a woman with my own desires, and as a woman who, as a queer person, also wants to please another female-bodied person. The morality through religion, it's in everything, and I think I'm really grateful to be surrounded by other queer people who have gone through that process as well of having sexuality, expression, and experience of gender that is so outside of what we were taught. It's been a real gift to me as a queer person to find others who have struggled with that path, and heterosexual women struggle with it too. But it's a little bit endless, and it's endlessly frustrating. I think how many women, how many gender nonconforming people, how many humans and souls, and men as well, are told this very, very narrow story about what desire is for, what our bodies are supposed to do and look like. A lot of work left to do, and I'm excited to be a part of the conversation.